in his closing, said that KrissAnne Hall wants you to nullify. I would...
You just said that. You just did, man.
Yes, you did. And so,
he's
I just wanted you to recall what I presented to you. Never once did I give you what I think. Everything that I gave you was based on the Supreme Court, based on what the founders themselves said. So that would be my point of order. I took a bunch of notes based on Mr. Rainwater's presentation. It was a little convoluted, so it was difficult for me. Do you have this document right here? May I approach?
Sure. They have had numerous documents, and they
Do some checking.
I'm not sure, they probably have had that one.
This is the one that I was referring to, and in the third paragraph, second sentence, Mr. Rainwater writes, "There is simply no need for any county to declare itself a sovereign jurisdiction that has stepped forward to create some sort of sanctuary for the protection of the individual rights of the
That's what he
citizens."
said.
So I just want you to realize that I was quoting from him. I'm not trying to be misrepresenting or disingenuous in any kind of way. I think what's important to realize here is that this ordinance is more than just about the right to keep and bear arms. I teach the Constitution, and if you'll allow me, I will tell you, and I'm going to give you my opinion. When I do that, I always tell you I'm going to give you my opinion. I have a little pet peeve when people call things constitutional rights. Your rights don't come from the Constitution. And so we have to understand that by the county saying we will not enforce a law made by the state that is unconstitutional, Sebastian is free from the commanding hand regarding unconstitutional laws and acts. Not a blanket free from the commanding hand, but free from the commanding hand of unconstitutional acts. And in doing that, may I mention to you, you are not declaring yourself superior to the state by doing that. What you're doing is declaring that the Constitution of Arkansas is superior to the General Assembly.
Yes.
You are not breaking the law when you refuse to enforce an unconstitutional law. What you're doing is enforcing the supreme law of the land when those who have written that law are violating that. And that is the crux of your oath. It's like I said, your oath does not say you will support and defend the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the state of Arkansas, and the laws and statutes. That's not there. Because we know and understand that laws and statutes are written by men, and men in the gender-neutral sense, just so we don't understand here, but people are not infallible. And people can be emotional and pass laws for the wrong reasons. That's why we retain that authority. So you're not declaring that you're superior to the state. You're declaring your oath requires you to make the state inferior to the Constitution itself. You are not taking your rights. I don't understand why there would be any question in this body on the inherent, inalienable nature of the people's rights. To say that your rights are limited is to deny Article 2, Section 2 of the Arkansas Constitution. All men are created equally free and independent and have certain inherent and inalienable. That means they come to you by the nature of your creation, and inalienable means they cannot be taken away. I can't think of any more complete definition of a right being complete think that what I can do, Mr. Chairman, is provide you with my presentation in writing for the committee members.
Oh, okay, I think you had about 5 more
Yeah.
minutes, and that's about how many more minutes he had, so I think we're
Yeah.
about, I think we both spoken about the same number of minutes. It may be appropriate now to entertain questions, each one of you from the Quorum Court. So that would be either to Ms. Hall or Ms. Rainwater, or to both of them.
Well, first off, thank both of you for being here tonight. I do appreciate that. This may be for you too, but mainly for Mr. Rainwater. Does the county have the authority to suspend or set aside a state law?
No.
Okay. So if the state makes an unconstitutional law, we have no authority to set it aside.
Not the court. Go back to square one.
Okay.
We have executive, legislative, and judicial. And your powers are for local matters. And if the state of Arkansas has already legislated on a matter, then that matter is now state law. And the county cannot violate the Constitution, which is my whole point about violating the oath. The county cannot defy that state law. Now, you say, well, what are we going to do about that? It's not the job of the legislative branch to go out and actually implement the law. That's the job of the executive branch. This sheriff over here has a separate oath. He's a constitutional officer. You're a constitutional officer, but you're a constitutional legislative officer. He's a constitutional executive officer. He certainly has the duty, pursuant to his own oath, to follow both constitutions. And if he determines that a law is passed by either sovereign is unconstitutional because it violates the Constitution itself, then he, pursuant to his oath, would not enforce that law. And you say, well, how can that be? Well, let's take Rosa Parks for example. You know, what if the sheriff had gotten on the bus and came over and said, hey, I agree with you, Ms. Parks. I'm going to protect you. I'm going to ride with you. That would be an example of how a sheriff could choose to obey the Constitution, a higher law. Now, somebody could come in and say, well, Mr. Sheriff, I agree with you. That's what the judicial branch is for, is to solve those problems. The reason we have a separation of powers, and we want all of them to use all their power that they have, is what happens is they check and balance each other, but there's no mechanism for basically holding them accountable except each other. So you end up going to the other branch. You either go back to the General Assembly, make the law more clear, or you go to the court and say, this sheriff failed to follow the law, therefore he's guilty of misfeasance, malfeasance, or nonfeasance. That would set up the controversy, then the court would rule on that, and then one case of controversy at a time, we would figure out whether he's right or whether the General Assembly is right. All this is to be done orderly. And there's a hierarchy of power out here. The counties are political subdivisions of the state. The cities are political creatures of the state. Cities are municipal corporations. But counties are both body